When the Thompson family moved into their dream home, the previous owner gave them only one rule: please never open the blue bedroom. They laughed it off, well, until their 6-year-old son found the key. Let's dive right into this explainer and explore a deeply emotional story that starts with suspense, pivots into heartbreak, and ends with something so beautiful it might just change how you look at your own home. So put yourself in Daniel and Emma Thompson's shoes for a second. After years and years of saving up, they finally get it. The beautiful house in a quiet neighborhood for them and their 2 kids. It was literally everything they ever wanted. But it came with a highly unusual request. Section 1. The Dream Home. Let's look at how this all played out. Moving day finally arrives, a huge milestone for the family. But right before the elderly seller leaves the property for good, he pulls Daniel aside and hands him this old brass key. Now, for weeks after that, the family just settles in. They're enjoying their new life completely undisturbed. Everything seems picture perfect. Section 2. The Only Rule. When the old guy handed over that brass key, he looked Daniel dead in the eye and said, "Whatever happens, don't open the blue bedroom." Daniel honestly thought the guy was joking. Just being a bit eccentric about some old storage closet or something. And the family basically did laugh it off at first. But then, every single evening, the atmosphere in the house began to shift. The tension really starts to build when their 6-year-old son, Noah, notices something strange happening on a daily basis right after the sun goes down. Noah tells his parents that he hears someone softly humming right behind that locked blue door. I mean, you can imagine how chilling that would be, right? Hearing a sound from a room that is supposedly completely empty and locked tight. Is it the wind? Is it just the old pipes settling? The mystery of that humming sound right down the hall is just too much to ignore forever. Part 3. The Secret Discovered. So, one rainy afternoon, little Noah actually finds the brass key hidden inside an old cookie jar, and before anyone can even realize what he's doing to stop him, he unlocks the door, which forces us to finally ask, what exactly was the elderly man so desperate to hide? Now, you're probably picturing some creepy, dusty, cobweb-filled abandoned space, right? Actually, scratch that. The reality was the exact opposite. The room was perfectly clean, not a single speck of dust anywhere. Inside, there was just a small bed, a wooden rocking horse, family photos, and literally dozens of unread birthday cards. So, it wasn't a room of horrors at all. Instead, it was this perfectly preserved shrine to a child, a pristine time capsule kept immaculate by the previous owner. Section 4. The Hidden Letter. This is where the mystery officially pivots into sheer heartbreak. Emma steps into the room and opens one of those birthday cards. It contained a letter specifically left for the new owners, and it reads, "To the family who lives here after us. If you're reading this, it means our little daughter never got the chance to grow up." Wow. That incredibly moving revelation just instantly changes how the Thompsons and us view the old man's rule. The whole family just falls completely silent. The letter continues, "We couldn't bear to throw her memories away. Please don't feel sad. Fill this house with laughter again. That's all we ever wanted." Instead of some sinister warning, the locked door was actually a grieving father's attempt to preserve his daughter's memory, while passing the torch of happiness to a new family. He didn't want to burden their new beginning with his tragic ending. Part 5. A Happy Ending. So, how do you handle something like that? Well, rather than locking the door again in uncomfortable silence and leaving it as a tomb, Emma does something brilliant. She completely transforms the space to honor the previous owner's true wish. She makes it a children's reading room, and every single Saturday, neighborhood kids come over to read stories, play games, and laugh together. The Thompsons literally filled the room with the laughter the old man requested. It's no longer a room of sadness. It's a place where every child is welcome. 10. When the elderly former owner returns to visit months later, that number is heavy. It represents how long he lived in that house without hearing the sound of joy. 10 long years of silence. Standing there in the hallway, he hears the children laughing from the blue bedroom. Tears just fill his eyes. He smiles and says, "For the first time in 10 years, this house feels alive again." He realizes right then that his daughter's legacy isn't sorrow anymore. It's pure joy. Daniel then does something so wonderful. He hands the old man a framed photo of all the neighborhood kids playing together in that very room. And looking at the photo, the old man whispers, "Thank you for giving my daughter one last happy ending." Which brings us to this final thought. A house becomes a home, not because of the walls it holds, but because of the love it shares. As we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. How are you choosing to fill the rooms in your own life with love?